Okay. I'd like to welcome everyone to the August 27th, 2020 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please rise and join me in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board. To my right is our Vice President, Gary Merrill, and our County Administrator, Mike Fromer. To my left is fellow Commissioner Barb Lewis, and I'm getting the high sign from Jennifer Walraven, who's going to run the meeting today, so we can start.
Resolution number 20-741, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held August 24th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-741. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-742, in the matter of approving purchase orders, unannounced certificates, and payments of warrants in batch number CM-APR 0827.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-742. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-743, in the matter of canceling the Commissioners' session for Thursday, September 24th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. As I think everyone knows, that is Jug Day, and we typically don't have a session, so we are canceling it. Vote.
Vote on motion 20-743. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-744, in the matter of accepting the Treasurer's report for the month of July 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-744. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-745, in the matter of approving supplemental appropriations for the Board of Elections.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
This is, Anthony Sadie, Board of Elections, Deputy Director. This is for the $40,000 that we received from the HAVA funds for cybersecurity, physical security, and ADA compliance. I clued in John Melvin and Steve Lewis about the money and if there's anything we can do in order to come into compliance. Steve said that we're pretty much up to speed on the cybersecurity things after last year. John Melvin is going to use it to replace about 12 cameras in our office and add a new one to the front and side door. So this is appropriating the money for that.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 20-745. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye. I'm going to make a comment here. As I see Board of Elections, you know, we did the letter, and thought it was. And I think Marl County also did a letter, but then I read the reporter, Miss Ingalls, I believe her name is. She was critical of the location of our box, which if she'd have done a little research, talked to the people at the Board of Elections, I think she would have concluded there was logic to putting it where we put it. And it's unfortunate that the reporter did not do more research, in my opinion. And I think in defense of our Board of Elections, I think that needed to be stated. It was put where it was put because it provided cover. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. It provided cover. There's also, the way the photo was taken, it gave the impression that these trash dumpsters were closer than they really were, in my opinion. But the purpose was that you have camera there. It also have covered, and it was done for all the right reasons, and done for the benefit of the voting process.
Well, and I'm sure the signage is very clear.
I think that's correct, and good signage is.
Yes, the signage was clear, and we just added more signs out there, and we put a little map even on our website. And also, the reason it's in the back is because it's under an overhang that you can just drive right through.
Oh,
if it
wow.
was in the front, I mean, you would have to park, get out of your car, deal with the BMV traffic. Yeah,
But just to make a broad generalization,
Yes,
and that it was close to these dumpsters without explaining why and where, and I thought was,
Yeah.
let's say, poor reporting. And
Thank you.
As a former newspaper guy, I feel I can say that.
that's right.
If she's listening, she's welcome to call me.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Good comment. Continue.
Resolution number 20-746, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, John Melvin, Director of Facilities. This transfer appropriation is simply to move some money around in the permanent improvement building fund so that we can do some smaller repair issue type projects since we have deferred a lot of our capital major projects for the time being.
Vote.
Vote on motion 20-746. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Before you get out of here, John, what's the latest on the courthouse?
They are progressing.
Well, that's true everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, doing a 150-year renovation to a historical courthouse has its challenges, and they come across some of those. Yeah, they're into interior finishes, working on painting, working their way down from the restoring the plaster, doing the painting. So they're into the interior finish work. Most of the mechanical work is done. There's a few items to close out and finish up on it. So I don't want to put a firm date on the completion, but they are progressing nicely.
John, the heating in the building again, there's still registers there that,
Yeah, there's a combination of in heating and cooling. There is forced air cooling throughout the
Okay.
building, so there are registers and stuff. So, and there are also radiant heating, so there'll still be small radiators around the perimeter of windows and stuff. So
Some of those,
it's a combination. So you'll have cooling. That's some of the mechanicals that are hidden in the fence out back. There is a chiller unit and generator and stuff hidden in that mechanical yard there. So it's a combination. So there are some additional soffits that they had to put in the building to hide a lot of the ductwork and stuff. But they did their best to minimize that and keep it hidden as best they can.
yes. okay.
John's already assured me that will look better when it's finished than it looks now, the
Mechanical yard.
mechanical yard back there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you won't commit to a move-in date, huh?
No, sorry. I don't want to commit to a move-in date, so.
We had to ask.
They're working their best. I mean, they're facing some challenges finishing this up.
Boy, thank you. Gee, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it does look nice.
It's coming together nicely. It is coming together nicely. It is definitely, I want to thank you for doing the investment in this building. So it will definitely extend the life of this building for many years to come and make it a very serviceable
Right.
building and functional.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
Thank you,
thanks, Ted.
John. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Resolution number 20-747, in the matter of approving a permit for the use of Delaware County facilities.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jane Hawes, Communications Director. Before you is a facilities permit. This is Delaware Area Career Center for their firefighting program. They are continuing to use the fire grounds up at the Bixby Center until theirs can be completed. So these are dates in October where they anticipate having exactly 30 participants, 25 students, and 5 instructors. So. And we're recommending no fee, that the fees be waived for them as well. And that was okay I checked with John Melvin, so, okay.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 20-747. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
We have to wait till 10 o'clock for our hearing, but we do have an item on page 492, number 9, that we can address now. Resolution number 20-748, in the matter of authorizing the county treasurer to deposit money necessary to pay the principal and interest on bonds and notes and fees incident thereto pursuant to RC 135.33E.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Frommer, County Administrator. The county treasurer is the custodian of funds for the General Health District, or the Delaware General Health District, and they've worked together on an arrangement to support the construction loan documents, and the Board of Commissioners needs to authorize the treasurer to be able to execute that memorandum and agreement. So I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have, or Eric can help answer the questions if they're legal in nature. So,
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 20-748. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
That brings us to administrator reports.
I have nothing to report this morning.
Commissioner Lewis?
I attended the retirement ceremony for Fire EMS Chief Dale Fling in Harlem, and he was also the administrator in Harlem, and just did a great job at whatever he does a great job with. And he was actually 41 years in the fire service. So I asked him, he said he actually retired in April, but they had the ceremony now, and I said, well, you enjoying your retirement? Oh, yes, oh, yes. So,
Now, is he retiring from both positions?
yes, he is, yeah, good question, he is retiring. He thought about staying in the administrative
Well,
post.
'cause I had heard a rumor that that was a possibility.
I think
guess.
he thought about it, but then he decided not to, and he's happy that he's totally retired. So anyway, also saw former Genoa Fire Chief, Fire EMS Chief Gary Honeycutt there, and he is a very happy retiree too. So two great men who kept our county safe for so many years, saved a lot of lives, and trained an excellent force underneath them of men and women who are very dedicated. So it was a pleasure to be there. Great event. That's it.
I really don't have much today. We mentioned the conversation we had regarding Humane Society. We had a follow-up meeting yesterday. I really don't have anything to report. It was more or less informational from the Humane Society's perspective and ours. Our administrators sit in on that. Don was in that room, so was Brian Gallagher, and three directors and the executive from the Humane Society. I thought it was a productive meeting, but there was a lot of just research and putting material together to see what the opportunities may or may not be. So that's really all I have.
Okay, just got a couple things. We did have a land bank board meeting yesterday, and the one notable progress was the survey and of the carved-out jail parcel has moved forward and is now in the hands of the city for their approval, at which point we presumably could move to the next step, and that is transfer the historic jail to the land bank so it can be properly marketed and put into private taxpayer hands in a good way. SEBCO annual meeting is tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be virtual. No significant issues on the agenda, but important organization for our healthcare, obviously. Legislative update is tomorrow, I think.
It is. It's on my calendar tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I believe it's still going on.
Yeah, that's
I have
Yeah,
a
I don't-
conflict, so I may miss part of it, but
yeah.
I wasn't sure
Usually,
either.
yeah, usually we get a,
we
Right.
haven't got any.
We haven't
thing-
gotten any notices.
But it is on my calendar, and it says I accepted it back 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh,
but
really?
Yeah.
There
Okay.
hasn't been any follow-up.
that was the last I heard was
Which we
through.
normally get a follow-up email or something.
Anyway, we'll check into that and make sure that goes. We want to
We will be in
recess?
recess until 10 o'clock.
Okay,
Okay.
so with that, we are in recess until